Ryan Coogler just dropped a new movie called Sinners, and the deal that he struck with the studios, it is amazing. Let's talk about it. All right, Ryan Coogler, the famous film director who directed movies, actually directed a series of movies like the Black Panther series, the Creed series. I think he also directed Fruitvale Station, and I think that was critically acclaimed. I'm not sure if he won any awards for it, but just this guy is just so decorated. He's such a talented filmmaker that we have here. And this new movie that he just dropped, as you see here, Sinners deal is reporting freaking some of the studio executives out. Now, here's the thing. You know, when you have the type of success that Ryan Coogler has had as a film director in Hollywood, Hollywood's a whole machine, it's a whole system. They do things a certain way, right? When it comes to structuring these deals and structuring projects and budgets and things of that sort. And I represented a lot of directors, actors, and musicians, you know, all across. And I can see these deals all the time. And let me tell you, this deal is what I often push for. This deal is life-changing, and it's probably going to change the way a lot of people do deals going forward. But this is something I always push for. As you can see here, let's talk about Ryan Coogler's deal with this movie deal that he just did for Sinners. It says here, right, that Ryan Coogler was fresh off of very serious runs of hits like Creed and Black Panthers, helping Michael-B-Jordan, who's also the lead actor in the movie Sinners, had a number of requirements that he looked for to hammer out a deal with the studios. It says some of these were big ask, but not outside the realm of possibility for a guy that's currently writing a series of major box office wins. That's important. When you have these contract negotiations, first things first, you have to have leverage, know your worth. If you don't know that and you don't have any leverage, then you're going to be just negotiating against yourself and you're going to leave out unhappy. But this guy here and his track record, trust me, he knew his worth and he had the leverage to make these big asks. Let's get into some of the big asks that he asked for. Number one, final cut of the movie. Let me tell you, final cut of the movie, that is basically means that the final product, after he finishes editing, production, everything, it's cleared by him. That is unusual. Typically, the studio or the network or the production company that's putting it out, they have the final say. So the director turns it in, and then typically the studio said, I don't want this, or I want to keep that, or we have this, or we make, or change it, go back and do research, whatever. No. He said, I have the final cut of the movie. It goes through me. That is huge. And they agreed to it. Also, first dollar gross. Again, typically, sometimes directors and sometimes big actors, they will say, okay, don't pay me so much up front, I'll get it on the back end, right? And they basically get paid on the back end when the studio starts making money back. So this is after it's been put out there for months and sometimes years, and then they start making money back, and then they'll still pay them. He says, no. From the very first ticket sold, you pay me a portion of that. That is monumentally huge. Shout out to Ryan Coogler for doing this, man. This is going to change the game. He gets first dollar gross, and the biggest of them all is after 25 years, the ownership rights of this film reverts back to Ryan Coogler. This is monumental. This brother just pulled off one of the biggest unorthodox deal in Hollywood history, and it got a lot of studios freaking out. But he was able to do that because of his track record and because he was able to deliver the goods, and that's why he went in there and he knew his worth. And he says, wow, this thing is a one-off. Now, Coogler said the reason why he wanted to push for ownership, not only because, you know, things are changing in his lifestyle, but also he said that was one of the things, that's one of the topics in the movie Sinners. But he said that's one of the things that we talked about in the film is a topic of Black ownership of our culture. And he says, if this is a cultural film, it's a cultural classic, then I need to own it. I'll let you guys have it for now, but 25 years of ownership right comes back to me and my family. Huge. Man, Ryan Coogler, Michael-B-Jordan, the movie Sinners, This deal is monumental. It's almost as if they watched my video on the contracts and how you do a contract and avoid the 5 most common contract mistakes. This is huge. Tell me what you think of this deal. This is big. Tell me, do you agree with this deal? Do you think the studio should be freaking out now? Do you think more filmmakers are going to be asking for this type of deal, or do you think this is just a one-off and never happen again? Like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear your comments on this monumental deal. It's your brother, Attorney Jeff.